to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kahakwadash, double honor to all the apostles, a great millstone, do rule well. Peace, love, and blessings to the brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence, make it call and election sure, and blessings to the very few sisters listening, learning, and believing. I'm that fellow Larry Kanakla, coming at you once again with another lesson, Lord's will, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, as lessons edifying, also exhorting. And I don't know what I'm going to title this, but we at the end, man. All the things that have been declared through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai being the name of his only begotten Son. All right, he sent forth his apostles. As the scriptures say, he has set forth his apostles last, starting from our apostles of Great Millstone, all right, on down. All right, he's given us the true gospel, the true understanding, and broken the seals, all right, for these men to understand these prophecies. He revealed his plans to them. And we're at the end, man. All right, just the last few prophecies that take place. And I'm going to get right into it. As you can see in my notes here, I was going through some shorts and I ran across two of them. All right. And some of this information brothers have already brought out. Of course, we've been on it. All right. But here it is. And this is a brother channel I watch. It's a Doc Ramah House of David 1446. All right. But, this information brought out. This is so happen to go across his brother's channel, as this is December 19th, 2025. This was posted on the government website. So let's get right into it, because this is Bible prophecy. All right. You other camps, basically, I'm saying the mark of the beast is anything other than the chip. Okay. You're completely wrong. We're going to prove it. This is proof we at the end, declaring the end. The end is nigh. All right. And our Lord Yahweh Shai is on his way. And the words of the Lord are true, man. All right. So let's play this.
Check this out. This is from the White House. Winning the 6G race. Presidential memoranda, December 19th of 2025. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but I'm going to point something out. But I want you to take a look at this and pause and get a good look at that. Very interesting stuff. But as we scroll down, it says subject, winning the 6G race. By the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, I hereby direct. Section 1, purpose. The next generation of mobile communication network, 6G, will be foundational to the national security, foreign policy, and economic prosperity of the United States. This technology will play a pivotal role in the development and adoption of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, and implantable technologies, like the ones that I post the papers about. 6G will also provide faster, more resilient, and more secure communication networks that can be utilized for national security and public safety purposes. It is the policy of the United States to lead the world in 6G development. Certain steps are necessary to achieve the goal of this policy, including steadfastly advancing American interest in the international standards bodies that will play a crucial role in 6G development, and identifying a significant volume of radio frequency spectrum that can be harmonized for 6G networks internationally. My administration has been studying multiple spectrum bands this year to determine what federal spectrum can be reallocated to commercial use for 6G development without undermining national security missions that occur in those bands. Consistent with the preliminary conclusions of those evaluations, I am hereby directing the following actions to ensure America's leadership in 6G development. Now, I'm not going to read all the rest of this to you. I will leave the link, but I wanted to point out the implantable technologies. Take a look at the no later than 12 months right there. But that was the main thing.
No later than 12 months. So I truly believe that and Elder Tahar, he called it. He said this could be implemented the end of 2026, beginning of 2027. All right, but it's close, man. Maybe next year they'll push this. But 2025 is probably the last year of so-called normacy. All right. things being normal,
Check.
through the spirit, things might pop off beginning of next year as far as so-called events, false events, whatever the case may be. But he said 12 months. That's only a year. So 2026 is going to be a very interesting year, man. All right. So why you people
Check this out. This is from the
are counting the Lord's word slack, the Bible isn't true, those guys just talking. Well, the Lord is doing his thing, man. All right. He's making his word come to pass. So real quick, I wanted to get this in ChatGPT again, right? What are what he said, what are implantable technologies? Implantable technology are devices placed inside the human body, usually through a medical procedure, to monitor, support, enhance, or restore bodily function. Some are life-saving, some improve quality of life, and some are emerging or experimental. All right, so devices placed inside the human body. So again, IUIC, ISUBK, there's two of the prominent groups. All right, though, because those are really the main groups in Israel. All right, One West, you got the GMS. First and foremost, we have 100% truth. You have IUIC, ISUBK. All right, so really point at the IUIC, ISUBK, right? Those big groups that's teaching against what we teach here at Great Millstone. So we're going to get right into it. All right. Right here. Verse 2. Identification and access implants. These are optional. Yeah, right now they're optional. Okay. But it's going to be made mandatory. Why? Because, again, the way you govern, your thoughts and how you govern your life, you plan your future, whatever the case may be, it has to revolve around the words of the Lord, because the Heavenly Father, right, he dictates what happens, what takes place is all of his will. So as he says optional, right, what does the scripture say? That these things must take place, that these things must happen. So we're going to ignore that. It's not optional. It says non-medical, usually small. RFID, NFC microchips implanted in the hand. Implanted in the hand. Okay. Can unlock doors, store ID info, replace key cards. It says no GPS tracking, no battery. Important misconception. Of course, and this is ChatGPT. So, of course, they're going to support the narrative. But it says implanted in the hand. Again, that's what's on the 6G race. All right.
The White House winning the 630 to achieve the goal
within the next 12 months. So where's this at in biblical prophecy? Again, where's this at in biblical prophecy? Revelation, the 13th chapter. And as we've been breaking this down for years and years and years, man. The 16th verse, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Who is he? You see this system being set up, Esau, Edom. All right. Which are the elite banking families giving your president these orders. All right. He says, and he called it all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. Now, we broke this down 1,000,001 times. But hey, the Lord said, give no warning from me. So we delight in this. All right. So we're going to that word mark. All right. Go to the root word. Karagma. Karax, pale or stake of palisade. All right. Strong's definition: sharpened to a point akin through an idea of scratching, stake, i.e. All right. So it's a needle. That pill or palisade, that needle that implanted in the hand. Let's see, what does implanted? Because, it's clear to us, but, just trying to make it more clearer and clearer. Implanted means placed inside the body, usually under the skin or inside an organ through medical or minor surgical procedure. In simple terms, implanted equals put inside, not worn outside. Examples: pacemaker implanted in the chest sits under the skin and connects to the heart. A chip implanted in the hand sits just beneath the skin. How's it done? A small incision or a cut injection. The device is inserted. The skin is closed or heals over it. Once implanted, the device stays inside long term. Can't be seen from outside. Usually works continuously or passively. All right. So when you hear implanted technology, it literally means technology placed inside the body, not something you carry or wear. So what's I forget the dude's name, but he said within the next 4 years, I forget exactly, that basically there'll be people will have wearables on. All right, he'll have wearables. I believe some politician, I'm not mistaken, but he spoke about wearables. Come on. The Lord could fast track this thing. They skip the wearables. The event takes place, and they skip that. And you got to get this underneath your skin. Is it far fetched? Is what great millstone's been prophesying about, starting from Apostle to Har on down? Is what he's been prophesying about? Is it far fetched? We watched the video. What's on there on the government website? We asked ChatGPT AI what is implantable technologies? What is implant? So if you can't see it by now, either you sold out or the Lord has blinded you. And a lot of you camps going to have a lot to answer to, teaching something otherwise than the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. So let's go to Revelation 14:9, because this is going to lead into my the next short I have. Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and receive his image and receive his mark, all right, that implant, the chip, in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So all you that receive the chip, because why? You're not going to be able to, as it says, the mark of the beast is not sin, it's the chip, man. Verse 17, and no man that might and that no man might buy or sell, save that he have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So this is going to be the new monetary system. Everything is being tokenized. Everything is being made digital. Okay? So this is it. Proof we are at the end. It said within the next 12 months. You know how this devil operates, order out of chaos. All right? So how is he going to present to you implantable devices? You seen what happened in 2020, right? The beginning of that year, January, February, around by that time, right? March. This place was locked down, okay? And you couldn't work in certain areas or certain places unless you had that jab, man. All right? So let's get the next video. So, matter of fact, I'm going to read this precept. Revelation 14 and 9. And a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice. So with a loud voice, giving a warning. If any man worship the beast and receive, it's like worship the beast and his image and receive his mark, meaning his chip in his forehead or in his hand. Elon Musk, all right, implantable technologies, the Neuralink, that's just one example. There's going to be plenty of other companies with technology similar to Neuralink, right? Or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of wrath of the Most High of God, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation. This is all, metaphor, parabolic, poetic talk, right? When you drink a shot, take a shot poured out without mixture in a cup of his indignation, you're gonna take it. You're gonna take the full grunt of the judgment, man. All right, because when those missiles, because the judgment, the fire and brimstone, those are the missiles, World War III, the fire that the Lord is going to use to destroy this place, all right? Poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation, his righteous anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So if you see that mark, this is your fate, right? Let's get this last short.
What if Russia launches its deadliest attack on the United States? Using its most powerful missile, the RS-28 Sarmat, also known as Satan II. It's one of the largest intercontinental ballistic missiles ever built, with a range of 18,000 kilometers, enough to hit anywhere in the US. No current radar system can detect this missile, and what makes it the most feared weapon is that it can carry 15 nuclear warheads at once, along with decoy systems designed to overwhelm and confuse enemy defenses. So, what if Russia actually fired it today? The shortest path for launch would be through the Arctic.
All right. The Fair Use Act, I'm not making money off of this, educational purposes, criticism, commenting, responding. All right. Fair Use Act, fair use.
As soon as the missile was launched, American satellites would instantly detect it, and alarms would go off in command centers across NATO and the United States. NATO countries would first try to intercept it, but this missile is almost impossible to stop with NATO defenses. After bypassing those defenses, U.S. Aegis warships across the Arctic would try to shoot it down. But this missile isn't ordinary. It can maneuver mid-flight and release decoys, making interception nearly impossible. Once it breaks through these layers, U.S. ground-based interceptors in Greenland and the U.S. mainland would be activated as the last line of defense. The Sarmat enters its most dangerous phase, splitting into multiple warheads and decoys to confuse air defenses across the United States. Even if half of the warheads were destroyed and only half slipped through, it could flatten an entire American city in seconds. However, this would not just mean disaster for the United States, it would mean the start of World War III and possibly the end of the modern world.
And
what if Russia
continue to meditate on these things, man? I've been in this truth, man, since 2012, and I believed in this. I believe in the apostles' doctrine, right? I spoke to people about the chip for years and warned people about these things. I saw the day that the missiles, you receive that chip, you're going to hit by the missiles. And it's coming to pass, bro. I don't know, of course it's for the elect, those who are going to be saved, but this stuff is happening, man. It's happening. As Habakkuk 2 said, though it tarry, wait for it, shall surely come, will not tarry. I was blessed to see the vision, to Wadi Al-Bashir Shai, for allowing me to see these things, being called, Lord willing, I'm chosen. But it's a wrap, man. It's happening. All right, so I don't know, whoever was supposed to receive this message, whoever is supposed to see this stuff is happening, bro. It's happening, right? So let's get the prophecies. In this video, what he said, I want to get a key point because I'm about to read some precepts, right? So I can go back.
What if Russia launches its deadliest attack on the United States. Using its most powerful missile, the RS-28 Sarmat, also known as Satan II. It's one of the largest intercontinental ballistic missiles ever built, with a range of 18,000 kilometers, enough to hit anywhere in the US. No current radar system can detect this missile, and what makes it the most feared weapon is that it can carry 15 nuclear warheads at once, along with decoy systems designed to overwhelm and confuse enemy defenses. So, what if Russia actually fired it today? The shortest path for launch would be through the Arctic Circle. As soon as the missile was launched, American satellites would instantly detect it, and alarms would go off in command centers across NATO and the United States. NATO countries would first try to intercept it, but this missile is almost impossible to stop.
It's impossible to stop. Not almost. It's impossible. Why? Because it's the will of the Lord. The Lord gave the Russians this technology, all right, to bring forth this end. And so it's not going to be stopped. So you can get it out your head, it's impossible. We're going to get it throughout the scriptures, Bible, prophecy. It's the book of Joel. You know. At this point, as you see it, you don't, man. Joel 2 verse 1, it says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, who is Zion a monument to Zion." All right, the people of Israel, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And also, you know, our people who are scattered throughout all the nations. All right, so if you can believe, if you no matter where you at, if you can believe in the word, call on the name of the Lord, then you're Zion, right? That's under the guidelines whosoever, okay? Because whosoever, you can believe it, and no matter what nation you appear to look like, you're an Israelite, because we're scattered amongst all the nations, right? But only Israelites are going to be saved. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion." The trumpet is the warning, all right, which is the word. It says, "And sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." And we're nigh at the hand of the Lord, day of the Lord. You see them putting out the legislations like here concerning the implantable technologies within the next 12 months. So you can, it's safe to say, it's safe, if it's on their site, of course, we all go into the will of the Lord, absolutely. But if it's on their site within the next 12 months, like that confirms what Elder Tahar has been saying. We're months away from this, from the end. He said rather 6 months, 12 months, 36. Bro, on their site, they said 12 months. So we're months away. The apostle is a true prophet. See, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong people, there have not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. And, this is talking about the missiles. We're going to prove it as you continue to read. It says, "A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth." So a fire devoured before them, all right, is concerning the warheads, and behind them a flame burneth, right? You see that right there, that missile, okay? Behind them a flame burneth. That's the propulsion system, the rocket system that gets these missiles going. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them. And again, you hear the words speaking. These are similes, as, like, those are similes. So as the paradise, America's what considered a paradise. You got buildings, you have infrastructure, right? The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. So that's what's going to happen. Babylon the Great, aka America, will be completely desolate. It says, "Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run." All right. And again, these are similes. As, the appearance is as. Okay, the appearance of horses. Horses representation of power. All right. and as horses shall they run. So they're gonna be shot off, full of power, man. It's like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of flame of fire that devoureth the stubble. As strong people sat in a battle array. So as a strong people sat in a battle array, you watch the movies of the ancient world where they go to war. You have one people against another. They lined up in battle, and then they say charge or whatever the chant they make, and then they go charging. That's how those missiles are going to take off, right? It says, before their face the people shall be much pained. Lucky. All their faces shall gather blackness. All right, because people going to be in fear, man. They shall run like mighty men. So again, this isn't talking about actual men. It says they shall run like mighty men. So they're going to travel like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march everyone his own way, and they shall not break their ranks. Meaning that GPS coordination or location that they received, they're gonna go there. I'm pretty sure Russia and all the other countries, even America's own allies that's prophesied, shall come against it and shoot it with missiles and burn her with fire. Revelation the 17th chapter. Read the whole chapter. Okay. They have the GPS coordinate ready to go. It says, neither shall one thrust another, so you ain't gonna run into each other. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon a sword, they shall not be wounded. Now you read that verse 8 in NLT. That's talking about the missile defense system. So ain't no missile defense system, like he says, almost impossible. Right? That's what he said, right?
Try to intercept it, but this missile is almost impossible
to intercept that missile. We're going to prove it according to prophecy, the words of the Lord. Joel 2:8, they never jostle each other. Each moves in exactly the right position. They break through defenses without missing a step. So what happens? What?
to stop with NATO defense command centers across NATO and the United States. NATO countries would first try to intercept it, but this missile is almost impossible to stop with NATO defenses. After bypassing those defenses, U.S. Aegis warships across the Arctic would try to shoot it down. But this missile isn't ordinary. It can maneuver mid-flight.
So it's going to bypass the missile defense system. What does the scripture say? They break through defenses. Let me highlight this, man, because I don't think you people see it, man. They break through defenses without missing a step. So the words of the Most High isn't true? You still question the Bible? The words of the Lord is legitimacy? It's authenticity? Authentication? Right? Come on, man. It said, they shall run to and fro in the city, and they shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. Okay? Like a thief, they going to come in upon America, man. The earth shall quake before them, because when they hit, they actually detonate before they hit the ground. Right? And the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right? Because it was the mushroom clouds they call the nuclear winter. It's going to blot out the sun. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executed his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide in it? So the day of the Lord is basically the day World War III is the missiles are launched. That's basically the day of the Lord. Right? So we're going to close out with this last precept here. Because it's clear at this point, man. You know, if you believe, you get yourself right, clean yourself up in the spirit, continue to trust in the Lord. All right, wait patiently on him. Whatever whatever your lot it is to, you know, to maintain, do it. And just trust in the Lord, man. We almost out of here. Malachi 4, all right, verse 1, it says, "For behold, a day cometh that shall burn as an oven." Burn as an oven, so it's going to be hot. All right, those missiles are going to do the job. It says, "And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. So you can be ashes. And the day that cometh that shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, they shall leave neither root nor branch." Okay, so you see it. Proof we are at the end. Bible prophecy, the words of the Lord is speaking. You know, the Lord has revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, and it's over. Right? So as they said, their little thing, they said 12 months. But we know the devil's come down having unto you great wrath, Revelation 12:12, Revelation, because he had but a short time. So it could be less than 12 months. It could be 6 months. It could be 3 months. Who knows? All right, but it's close. All right, it's close. So he plans on having this done within the next 12 months, the 6G race, he's planning on having implantable technologies. So just to break it down scripturally, so within the next 12 months, he plans to have the mark of the beast, Revelation 13 and 16. He plans to fulfill that within the next 12 months. So come on. Proof we are at the end. So call halal Yahweh Bashim Shai. Double honors to the apostles of great millstone. Peace and love to the believers. Till next time, say shalom to the elect.